quick, and I didn't want to keep you guys waiting here for a few minutes looking at nothing, so I'm back. Where was I? Oh yeah. Now why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as I say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. And I guess this isn't a murder weapon, huh? Oh, no! I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course! That thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal! It's about the same length as a Shichido, too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most have been wiped off. See you later, pal! Every case is gonna be there. Wait up, detective! Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know? You're going to get that stuff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding it off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please! Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh? How so? Look, Maya's trapped inside a sacred cavern right now, and, well, you don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think... Maya's been murdered? Please, detective! Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're kind of iridian there. Okay, stop with that face, pal. One thing, though. The staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out and we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of the mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. No one knows about this except me and Dick Gumshoe. Alright. What was at least done in dreams we had in the first place in a time like this? Oh, let's move. This is a bikini. You have nothing for me. There's no cutscene here. You've got nothing. The bridge is fixed. You've got nothing. Hey, Edgeworth, did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of the twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father. A jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please! It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. Splish! They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, She murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood-related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At that time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder... Seems I'm not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother's got to do with any of that? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Corain channeling technique. Did you say Corain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and a master of the channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course. How could I forget? Edward was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then, you'll see the Corain channeling technique is real.
Take that!
Iris. I delved into your mind. So I was wrong. She is not Dahlia, but rather, she is a twin sister. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Bikini.
Take that!
I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini? Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Ray. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time is that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple, so I would have left around 9:40, I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but line just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. You gave me this!
Take that!
You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen in the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke low that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
And thus brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've only managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy! How can that be? There's only one of...
I wonder, the way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence! Show me something that proves there's more than one of me!
Dahlia Hawthorne deceased. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I only know too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you who was here at the Second Temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Korean channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's a secret you've been trying to hide from me. This is starting to wrap up nicely.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard I'd been spotted at the Inner Temple, I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The Iris the Sister Bikini saw at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
Because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That's what the start of it all. It started her down a twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful!
I promised I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at that time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was said to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power. But his plan backfired because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Korean.
That would be Misty Fay. Maya's mother.
Before long, the credibility of the Korean tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Misty Faye, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated his place. He said it was a hit dive and he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple.
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having a master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. Oh, nice. I can keep that in mind. I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Faye clan. Ah, cool. That's what it looks like. Thank you for that, Polargon. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned the lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard of anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright! There is still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Psyche Lock. Well, there's nothing left to do but get over there. Over the bridge. Don't break on me now. Oh, look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Ha! You're too late, Nick. When you came in for one of our potatoes, we already polished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out where Pearls is hiding. Pearls, I'm sorry to do this to you. Magatama power, activate. We'll delve into your mind. 5. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Dunham's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me, but I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Dunham's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls, on the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? You went to the inner temple. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? The next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course.
I signed up for your special course.
Oh, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one who does the channel. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mr. Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's when I decided to go and find out what she was doing in the inner temple.
And we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what happened what time it was when you headed over there.
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall.
I heard the
real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started, but there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10.
Until after 10? How long do you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple's bell pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. Wait. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Where'd you?
In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's right, you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
Hey, I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions were found in the incinerator. I bet they have been for you, Pearls, right?
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and the purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearl was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night was... Morgan? Well, Pearls, am I right?
I can't channel anyone anymore. A spirit meaning who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Poor kid.
But I've never channeled that person's spirit.
I should have all the evidence I need, but I'm not getting here. Oh! I made a mistake. I fucked up. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls, who wrote them? Whoever it was that asked you to channel the spirit of someone you never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Now I had to be Morgan. Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How'd you?
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls, it's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick,
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child. You're trying to start following these instructions. I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearl, we both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right, there's no evidence to prove it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know what whoever did it was a child.
How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Oh, you don't understand the gravity of the situation? Okay, I'll stop now. It was you who splattered gravy on the hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Huh? What? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How'd you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Donham on the night of the murder?
Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise? So, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Donham told you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like
Gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
That's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
Yeah, I got him back.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple, with a pot full of leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on a hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the master of Karain like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past time when I got there because of all the snow, so I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Miss Mara's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for it to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple.
Yes, when I woke up it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator and I heated up the leftover gravy and
let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it was like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. Oh, I already did that. No. You really went through that. No. Oh my gosh, I got through it already. God damn it. Larry, don't do it something so trivial.
It was written right here in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. On my way over to the inner temple, I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Is there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway? It might just be.
It could happen if someone else is already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick or she's already taken. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
This letter is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother's gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month, and last month she told me.
The time I've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for her kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Miss Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
Something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Miss Maya will be alright.
Look at her innocent smile on that face. What am I supposed to say to her? Huh. Godo. Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godo! The entrance to the sacred cavern was like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because my Fae isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect me, a Fae. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, and you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is what the man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the Master Seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. Fuck. Alright, I'm going to end it right here because I need to eat this fluffy omelet. And then, I'm going to wrap this case up. And the Trilogy.